Hi everyone.
Hi, thanks for joining us.
I'm Lizzie, and
I'm Amanda.
we're here today just to obviously talk a little bit about Unitemps and what we do, and obviously how we can help you. I'm not obviously sure if everybody knows about Unitemps, but we are the on-site agency here at Staff. We can provide part-time work alongside your studies, full-time opportunities, obviously when you graduate. And we can also assist with a placement year where we work quite closely with the careers team. Yeah, obviously we offer lots of different positions that can range from internal, which Amanda's going to talk to you about in a second, and also some external roles too. So I guess the difference being with internal and external is internal tends to be on campus, and external tends to be obviously positions within like the Staffordshire and Cheshire area. Yeah, obviously I have worked in Unitemps now for just over 5 years. Yeah, I obviously work with quite a lot of companies in the local area. So we've got some positions locally within a 5 or 10 minute walk from the university. And obviously, like I said, we also do a little bit further away. So that can be from Stafford, Crewe, Tamworth, Newcastle, etc. So yeah, that's a little bit about obviously external. Sorry as well, the positions that we actually can help with as well as things like computing, business, so anyone from like an accounting and finance course, computer science, games, marketing, general bits of administration too. Um, so yeah, that's a little bit about external.
Okay, so internal then, we tend to have positions like the student ambassador job, which is going to go live within the next week. So if you've not heard of the student ambassador job, I'd recommend registering online with Unitemps by going to unitemps.com, setting an account up and sign up to receive job alerts. You'll then receive the alert once the student ambassador job goes live. Now, you do have to apply for that position, and there's around 80 positions that we recruit for. These are really good positions to have and can really help you to develop yourself and further your career once you've left university. We also have hospitality events that take place when we have open days or events going on campus. So if you've got any hospitality experience, you'll see those jobs pop up, which are usually working on a weekend or an evening. In the summertime, when you finish your studies, we have the cleaners that we recruit for. They're really good. All of our jobs pay really good rates of pay, so I'd recommend registering online.
Yeah. Obviously just going back to the jobs as well. We also did have a contract last year for DHL. Now, obviously, unfortunately, that has come to an end, but that's not to mean that it won't potentially come back on. Obviously, I appreciate it is warehouse work, which isn't necessarily suitable to your degree, but the pay rates are really good. Obviously, you are guaranteed sort of like 16 hours a week, which is great alongside your studies. And that was an assignment for some of our candidates for anything up to 3 months. So again, obviously, that could potentially be coming off later on in the year, as well as working with new and exciting businesses to obviously help you find employment alongside your studies.
You can also find us at the Freshers Fair on the 27th of September on Wednesday in the Catalyst building. Philippa and Becky will be there, so go along, have a chat with them. We will be giving out goodie bags with freebies in. We'll also be down in Res Life week commencing the 18th of September, so that'll be Tuesday the 19th from 11 till 1, and we will be there on a weekly basis. So if you want to come and have a chat about what jobs we've got advertised currently, we can give you more information on that. Lizzie, can you talk about the CV?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. We've got some Unitemps brand ambassadors that work alongside us. They help with various promoting of obviously Unitemps across campus. They help with all our social media management. And starting from Wednesday, the 4th of October, we've got a CV clinic where we again work closely in collaboration with careers. That's a 12 till 2 slot. We're normally based in the reception to the entrance of the Catalyst. There'll be a couple of tables where obviously you can come and talk to us about jobs. Obviously, careers help with like CVs, interviews, etc. Yeah, you can obviously come and have a chat to us there. There'll be either myself there or somebody from Unitemps, and obviously our two new or one brand ambassador again, obviously working in collaboration with careers, talking about new opportunities. And again, how we can help you with like interview prep, CV writing, even helping with like cover letter and whatnot, and looking at the jobs that hopefully, can suit you and give you some money whilst you're here studying.
Okay, so we have had a question coming. So, how many hours do you recommend working a week whilst at uni? Now, this is trying to get the balance right. I mean, the majority of people do work 20 or work 20 hours. Some people might only work 5 or 10 hours. I suppose it depends what suits you and your lifestyle because you've still got to live as well, but
Yeah,
obviously earn money at the same time. So
yeah,
I'd say 20 hours is usually a standard,
yeah.
wouldn't you, Lizzie?
Yeah, and we try and say no more because obviously we appreciate sometimes you can earn, relatively, well, really good money with some of our opportunities. Some of
But
the
to give
part,
you an example, sorry, Lizzie, to
it's
butt in,
okay.
but the student ambassador is paid £11.17 an hour, and you also get £1.40 an hour holiday pay.
Yeah,
Our hospitality jobs, they pay £11.2 an hour and £1.38 an hour holiday pay. So on Unitemps, you do get your holiday pay paid as an hourly rate, so that's in addition. But once you register with Unitemps and you've got a job, we'll go through all the details on holiday pay and
yeah,
how it works.
yeah. But obviously we do try and say no more than 20 hours because obviously you are here to study. We wouldn't want that to affect, what you're studying here and the reason why you are obviously at university.
Yeah.
Um,
So we're actually based on the third floor of the castle we filmed in. So if you want to come up and see where we are, you won't be able to get in the building. You would have to into the third floor. Sorry, you'd have to knock on the door. So as you come up to the third floor, if you turn left and go to the second door, because the first door there's no one that sits there, so no one would hear knocking. Come to the second door and come and have a chat with us.
Yeah, another thing as well, so obviously going back to registering. So registering is really easy. So you just click on the Unitemps website. In the top right hand corner, there is a link which says register. Obviously, fill in your details. We might ask for, obviously, if you drive, obviously, if you've got access to a car. I'll also ask you to upload your CV. It might also ask for two references too. So please don't stress if you don't actually have two work references. You can always use an academic here, and then obviously potentially a personal one. We can obviously cross that bridge when we come to it. And then at the bottom, if you scroll down, there is an option which says opt in to receive job alerts. So we recommend that you always tick that box just because when we obviously advertise a role on Unitemps, the majority of the time, depending obviously on the position, we will send that out as in what we call an e-shot. So anyone who's opted in to receive job alerts, you'll basically get a first come, first serve basis. So if there are some part-time opportunities coming through, we'll obviously send them directly to your email, then you can apply via our Unitemp system. And obviously you can be on the short list and then someone will be in touch regarding the status of your application. And if for any reason we send your CV off and you're not suitable, we always like to come back and give you a reason why. It might be, that other candidates have got more experience or the role has been filled,
Yeah.
but you'll be able to see your updates and whatnot on your account. So it might say CV sent, interview stage or whatever.
Also, as Liz mentioned briefly about cover letters, so it is really good to do a cover letter when you are applying for jobs,
Yeah.
because that can be another reason why someone has got a position maybe themselves because someone has put a really great cover letter. Because
Yeah.
there's only so much information you can put in your CV.
Yeah. I always say as well, from an external point of view, writing a cover letter just makes that a little bit more personable. So you're able to sell yourself obviously a lot better than what, for example, I could write about you on a brief email sending across your CV. So we do always recommend that obviously you can do that.
Okay, and we have another question
Yeah.
coming. So, Liz, the question from Nina says, do you help us with getting a job or do you also offer job roles?
So probably with that, all of our jobs are on our website. So we do recommend that obviously you go on there. Now I spoke to a student only on Monday, and they said obviously there aren't any opportunities at the minute that are suitable for them. It isn't going to be unfortunate where there are roles all the time, obviously for everyone, but that doesn't mean in a couple of days that might not change. So obviously please always check the Unitemps page, have a look. Sometimes, well, hopefully all the time, there are people's names, obviously on the job advert. So you can directly contact them, whether or not that's via email or phone call, just to see if you think obviously you're suitable or want a little bit more information. But what you could also do is, and this is something that I think as a team we'd like to do moving forward, if obviously you wanted to come up for a chat, obviously ideally please just let us know that you are popping in if you think it's going to be a chat for, a little bit longer than 5 or 10 minutes. We could always sit down with you, have a look at your CV, take a few notes, and then what we call like spec out to clients. So I could obviously have your updated CV and cover letter, sorry, and then send it across to some of my clients that I think you might be suitable for, and then obviously get you a job that way. So it might not actually be directly on Unitemps. If I think that you'd be great for, like a light bulb moment, data driven logistics are looking for a computer grad or a computer student, and I can do it that way.
Yeah. Also, as well, another quick way to get into the Unitemps website, if you didn't want to go onto the Unitemps website, is via the Beacon app. If you click on jobs and careers, I think it comes up with a pound sign on the Beacon app. Click on that, go to jobs and careers, and that will literally take you direct to our website with all of our current jobs that are being advertised on the website at the moment, which is quick and easy. Because it isn't always easy to find a job, because obviously Unitemps is across the country. You would have to select Staffordshire University when you are on the Unitemps website. Okay.
Is that one for me?
Yeah.
So if I get a job through you, do you just start the job, or do I need to get them beforehand? So yeah, obviously, we'll let you know if you've been successful following your interview, or even just obviously being shortlisted. And then you'll hopefully obviously already register on Unitemps, and we'll get you in for a compliance check. So we'll send you over a payroll form which you can fill out electronically. And then obviously we'll get you in, whether or not we book you a slot for say 5 or 10 minutes. You'll pop up to the office, we'll take your passport or your birth certificate if you are a British citizen, obviously international. You do need to bring a few other documents, which I'll let Amanda go through in a second. And then obviously we'll go through timesheets and whatnot on the portal, how you claim holiday pay, anything to do with like pensions, sick pay, any other questions that obviously you might have. Book you onto the job, then you'll receive a full booking email confirmation with all the details that you might need to know, what you do need to know.
Yeah. So if you're international or European, you would need to provide a share code, and you may not necessarily know what a share code is, and you can just go onto the government website and request one of these. They're very simple. You just have to put your passport or biometric card details in, and that will produce you a share code, which will then mean that you're compliant to work then. Some visas do have restrictions on them, but we can go through all of that at the time. And we just have another question in then. So can you help us find jobs related to our courses?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, just going back to what I said earlier on, there isn't going to be a job for every single student. I mean, it'd be absolutely amazing if there was. But yeah, 9 out of 10, obviously, we will try our best to find you a job that's related to your course. So just from an external point of view, very popular job-wise, computer science. That's great for part-time and full-time roles. Anything accounting, finance related, so like your business courses, so marketing and social media. Film and media, I've worked with some students over the last couple of years to help them find employment. Games design, engineering. So yeah, I will be completely honest, obviously we don't get an awful lot of health and social care positions in, but again, that doesn't mean that might not change. It'd be amazing if we won a contract at a local hospital and could help put loads of students into part-time work there.
But obviously, it's not always about your course getting, like Lizzie said, with the health and social care, then I would recommend the student ambassador role, because a lot of the health and social care students do attend open days where they'll talk about the course for new students that are coming in and potentially wanting to join Staffordshire University.
Yeah.
Sorry, just have another question coming. So I'm registered with Unitemps and I've been checking the Union website daily. Now the Union website is different to Unitemps, for a separate company, so you would need to check Unitemps for our roles and contact the union about their jobs that they have.
And yes, it is updated regularly, so as soon as the job comes in, go straight on Unitemps first instance, and obviously does go out to other platforms too, such as like Indeed and CV Library.
Yeah.
But all jobs are on Unitemps from
Yeah,
day one.
we do get to, some days we can get 2 or 3 jobs coming in, either internal or externally. You just don't know from one day to the next, especially internally, what jobs are coming up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think as well. Oh no, sorry. Okay. So,
Do you want to repeat that question back? Sorry, Lizzie, that was just kind of.
yeah, sorry, I can't scroll up. Sorry.
We've had another question
Yeah.
on Unitemps. How long can you support graduates without obtaining a job?
Okay, so in terms of if you're graduating, at the end of the year, I recommend that you start getting in touch with Unitemps from say March, April time, maybe even a little bit before that. I guess that's up to you, to be honest. How, because some people might want to graduate a job and then decide to go travel and obviously take a career break. So yeah, we can support you from a few months before you graduate. Again, spec your CV out, work with local businesses to hopefully find you your perfect graduate role. And then obviously, yeah, once you started, we like to do like keep in touch days. So I'll get in touch with, you say a couple of weeks after. So first I'll check everything's okay, then a couple of weeks, and obviously gradually fade away. And once you've been there 3 months, I like to think that obviously everything's okay. And if for any reason it wasn't, we are a very approachable team where you could talk to us.
We've done quite a few projects actually this time for graduates internally, which the careers team have supported with. So, they were on our website, weren't they, Philippine? Yeah.
Just talking again, referring back to obviously us working quite closely with careers and like collaboration with GPOs and
I don't really know about the GPOs there, but we can talk about that next time.
Yeah.
We're hoping to do this live chat bi-weekly, so my colleague Philip can talk about the GPO roles. If people are interested in finding out more about that, obviously pop it into the chat.
Yeah.
We've had another question come in.
Yeah. So if a student really struggles with landing a job, will they receive equity support to help to do so? Yes, of course. So again, going back to working with careers, it might be that obviously the student just needs a little bit of help with the CV or the cover letter. So again, we would send them over. If you've been for a few opportunities with me personally for external positions, so again off campus, I get thorough feedback from my clients, and then obviously if it is, the third or fourth interview you're still not getting anywhere, I'd invite you in for a chat, and then obviously hopefully I'd like to think I can keep my mission to finally get that person a job.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Sometimes it is knowing the right words to use on your CV
Yeah.
to sell yourself more, because some people don't sell themselves enough, and that's again where your cover letter comes in a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We do see a lot of students who don't put enough information in the cover letter, do they?
Yeah. And I do appreciate, when you're applying for quite a lot of jobs, if there's a lot of application forms, it can be a little bit demotivating. But for Unitemps, obviously, just make sure your cover letter is really, really good. Your CV, no grammar errors, spelling's all okay. Obviously, it's a nice format, it's clear. You see there's a reason why we couldn't obviously help with job opportunities.
Yeah. And again, that's why the student ambassador role is so good, because it gives you such a wide range of knowledge.
Yeah.
As I said, for that though, you do have to put an application in, and there is an interview process for the student ambassador role, which seems a little bit long-winded as opposed to some of our other roles, but it is worth putting the effort in. And if you need any help when that goes live, please get in touch with either Unitemps or Careers.
Yeah. So another question's just come in. So obviously I've got very little experience and I've been a stay-at-home mum before coming back to uni. How do you book an appointment to go through my CV? Sorry if this has been asked, just being the session. So if you would obviously like help with your CV, you'd need to contact Careers directly, or obviously get in touch with the lovely Jane Pierce. She obviously assists students and graduates with any CV and interview prep. But I'd go careers@staff.ac.uk and just put in the subject CV help, or just like general interview prep help, and someone will get back to you and book you a slot. And you just have to head over to the Science Centre where Careers are just based in the back. then you'll hopefully have like a face-to-face meeting. Obviously, I'm sure if you prefer it via Teams, they can accommodate that too.
Yeah. Okay, so the website for careers is actually careers@staff.ac.uk, and they can help with that for you.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions?
Or if there's anything that anybody would like, obviously the manager mentioned we'd like to do this bi-weekly, so if there's anything you can think of that hasn't necessarily been mentioned, we don't particularly know the answer, we go away, come up with some ideas, and obviously come to the next meeting with a bit of a topic or an agenda.
But as we said, we are at the Freshers Week on the 27th of September on Wednesday. Philippa and Becky will be there to have a chat with you if you've got any questions or you're unsure. And then we'll be at Res Live every Tuesday from week commencing the 18th of September from 11 till 1 p.m.
Freshers Fair, there will be goodie bags as well, so first come first serve on them.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for any free gifts, head over to us.
Yeah. What isn't there another event in the Catalyst on Wednesday, Liz?
Yeah, Stevie Clinic.
Yeah. What time is that? Sorry.
12 till 2.
12 till 2. So that's in the main reception of Catalyst. You'll see our brand ambassadors sat there.
Yeah, assisting with, again, job opportunities, any sort of help. That's also, that can be quite a personal meeting because it doesn't always have to be work related. If you're unsure of where a particular room might be, anything, they're there to help and assist with any of your questions. No question's a silly question.
Yeah. Okay, we've just got another question coming in, haven't we, Philippa?
Do you offer internship roles?
Yes, we do. Yeah. So part of Unitemps, they are obviously interns of either part-time or full-time work. So student internship, part-time alongside your studies, again, no more than 20 hours a week. And obviously a graduate internship, again, 12-week programme, but full-time opportunity when you've graduated.
Yeah, and that's one thing, Lizzie, a lot of your jobs are 12 weeks and some of them do go permanent.
Yeah, so effectively, don't be put off with the 12 weeks, it's just a temporary to permanent role. But I'm not just saying this obviously because I'm here now, but there's very rarely many of my jobs that don't go permanent, just because the company are obviously investing in our services and want to obviously get the right people on board.
But it is a two-way process as well, because sometimes you might go to a company and not like the company.
Yeah.
So I think by being on a temporary contract for 12 weeks, it's to see if you like the role.
Yeah, well, that's a great question.
How competitive is the ambassador job interview? Well, I think obviously there's a lot of positions, so there's about 80 positions, and you've got to sell yourself. There's another job that I've got a job. Sorry. So how competitive is the ambassador job interview? So I would personally prepare for the interview as much as you can. If you get shortlisted for an interview, so it depends how much information you put in your application form. There are set questions on the application form that you have to answer. So my advice would be don't put one-word answers or a little sentence for whatever the question is. Give specific examples, but careers will be able to help you with that. Careers can also support you with the interview as well if you've not had an interview before. But Jamie, who heads up the ambassadors, is a really great guy and friendly, and he'll put you at ease. But as I said, the ambassador role can really help you to grow. Jamie said before he's seen the change in people over the years who stopped from anything really shy and not been very comfortable speaking to people and then giving presentations and speaking to people.
And I can just vouch for that as well. So from an external consultant point of view, not just obviously candidates from Stafford University, because we have people from Kiel apply, Liverpool, all over. Obviously when I look to CV, they've been a student ambassador for their university, that to me is a great selling point. So student ambassador role is not one to not apply for.
Can you take time off for exams and appointments and things if you're the ambassador role?
The ambassador role is very flexible. It's around your studies. So you tell Jamie if you're successful, you tell Jamie what your availability is. So some student ambassadors might only work a couple of hours every now and again. Some people will work more hours. It depends on what availability you have. So it is a really flexible role. Sorry, another couple of questions because I think this ends at 10:30. So what type of jobs are there within the university and are they highly contested? Now, in the university, we can have lots of jobs. It can range from cleaners, hospitality, to researchers, administration staff. So there's a wide variety of jobs within the university.
Yeah, there is.
To add on that, Lizzie.
No, obviously same for external. So you can get the most random of jobs in. And also you can get obviously, sometimes we get a mixture.
Yeah, we can get a job where they just want a photographer for a day to go and photograph it to some of the events we've got.
Day in the life models.
Yeah, we have life models. So it depends if you want to do life model. Obviously, that's individual choice on that one.
Yeah,
that is a very good rate to pay.
Yeah.
Also, sorry, we've had another one. What year would you recommend applying for the ambassador? Now, if you've got the confidence, I would apply straight away for ambassador role.
Yeah.
And then if you don't get it, you can
always try the
following year and find out what you were missing.
Yeah.
And try and get some experience over your first year to see if you can build your experience to apply for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so any other questions? I think we're going to be wrapping up in 2 minutes. So if you've got any other questions, please come through quickly.
Just obviously a bit of a overview of Unitemps. So competitive rates of pay, flexible working, obviously great to new people and just gaining confidence. And obviously third for the catalyst building.
Yeah, 10 of us that work in our team, so we are quite a big team.
Yeah. This will be hosted obviously by a range of different people, so it's not just always obviously going to be me, Amanda, and Philippa. It will be.
So if there's anything you'd like to know more about for any future sessions, please drop a note in the comments, and we can add that on at our next event that we have.
Yeah.
And we hope you found
this
useful.
Looking forward to obviously seeing everybody at Precious Fair and
seeing you.
And as live events.
So that's it then. Thanks for listening, everyone. We really appreciate you taking part today.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time to come in.
And thanks for all the questions you've had. It's been great.